right, man. Lions Packers are Sunday. I believe it is a 1 p.m. start. Now, I forgot all about almost doing this prediction for Wednesday. So I forgot all about it. I mean, if they let me get to where I need to get to. So, yep, 11-6, play the Packers. I believe. Hmm, Great question here. Have we played them yet this year? No, we have not. So we will see them week 17, 18, whatever the hell it is, now the last game of the season. So we have not played them this year yet. They 3-5, 1-3, division wide open. Because I don't trust First Cousins, and I understand that TJ Hawkinson got traded there, and I get it. Um, and I get it, but I don't trust First Cousins. I just don't. So but nonetheless, it is what it is. But they got a hell of a talented team. But got to remember, they're a team that's transitioning from Rick Spielman at GM and Mike Zimmer head coach to something else. So they keep extending Kirk Cousins, giving them great contracts. Must be a very likable guy. Obviously, Jamal Williams on pace for they 7 games through, so even a 16 game season. He on pace to pretty much be 1,000 yard back in the 16 game league, and you added a 17th game, so he on pace for that. I mean, Jared Goff not having a bad season, but the numbers won't tell you the whole season. I think his season is respectable enough. I mean, numbers right on par with Aaron Rodgers. And they played one more game than we have, so they ain't even had their bye yet. I think you can get by one more year waiting for a quarterback if you have to. I know most people say, "Oh, golf sucked, this, that, and the third." Only when the talent started to drop off did the golf really get that bad. You know what I'm saying? So when you start seeing Amara get injured or Josh Reynolds not being 100%, so imagine Amara, stay healthy, Josh Reynolds stay healthy. You get Jameson Williams, DJ Shark, you know what I'm saying? Jamal Williams, DeAndre Swift kind of saying healthy. It's a different looking offense, but I definitely agree with everybody else. When you got to get somebody else that when ain't nothing there, they can at least hold it together and make something. And that's what Aaron Rodgers did for years. He was able to hold everything together and to make something out of nothing for a short period of time. Nobody can take nothing and do a lot with it. You know what I'm saying? You can hold it together temporarily until the cavalry get there, but can't nobody make something out of completely nothing for 17 games, man, and go win a championship. It's a team sport. Nobody does it by themselves, right? So like I said, he's respectable enough when everybody. I mean, I think he averaged, even slightly above average when everybody healthy and everything clicking. But obviously, I agree with everybody. When you need somebody to improvise, make plays with their feet, be athletic, be dynamic, and kind of at least be a Pro Bowler. And I think the Lions need somebody special. But what they building, if it ever get healthy, with a lot of young talent on all three levels on defense. When you talk about Kirby Joseph in the back end, Jeff Okuda, obviously, hopefully Jerry Jacobs come back and be some good. That way, we just probably be looking for a nickel, another outside corner. Look at the linebacker core. Malcolm Rodriguez is good, but you probably need another good linebacker down there. Aiden Hutchinson, Josh Pascal, hopefully Levi Nazorki ain't hold my breath on that one. And then you're able to add some more D-line help down there with them. It's looking promising offensively. People crying about the tight end position. No, you ain't trading to Chicago or especially Green Bay. I ain't concerned about it. They use the tight end sparingly, more in the blocking, so you don't need explosive, dynamic tight end because you're not allowing him to get in space or get vertical to make nothing happen. You pretty much using the tight end as a possession tight end. So you see what I'm saying? And that's not good enough when you take a tight end in the first round. You see what I'm saying? So, I kind of see kind of where I'm going there with it. So you said Mara on the slide. You find a respectable tight end that can block and catch. You're going to get James Williams probably going in and out the slot. You keep Josh Reynolds around, to kind of be the jump ball receiver on the outside. And then, you probably, it's probably high on your priority list Probably probably at a right guard that can kind of keep the right tackle, replace High Tide. Probably in a priority list to find a running back that can do everything like Brees Hall, Kenneth Walker, Jamal Williams, Craig Reynolds, help him, ease himself in there. And probably tight end that can just do what you ask him to do on a lower scale than the first round. So yeah. So I mean, but going into this game, it's a winnable game. Very winnable. Kind of one of the games you wish was on on Thanksgiving. They can win this game. Packers really, they just don't have enough. I said that in my preseason like NFC North prediction. Um, they just don't have enough. You know, they just don't have enough, and that's just what it is. So you count on a whole bunch of young guys, Christian Watson. Uh, you know, he got injured, but he came. He came from a system and where they just was a run dominant, didn't throw the ball much. So you got to understand there's a learning curve there. Okay, um, so there's a learning curve there as well. Um, so then you look, Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon, you would think that they would come in and do a lot of heavier sets, and kind of do more heavy run and get them in the screen game and get them coming out the backfield running routes a little bit, especially Aaron Jones, and find little creative ways to get him the football. And they haven't done it, right? And what you're gonna do is this, Sunday, you're gonna get into their face with your bigger, longer corners, which is a more favorable matchup. You're gonna jam them, challenge them receivers at the line of scrimmage, make Aaron Rodgers throwing tight windows, and challenge those receivers to make contested catches. If they catch them, you shake their hand and tell them good job. If they don't catch them, you're doing your job. But that's just what it is. That's just what it is. So that's pretty much the game plan defensively. Keep Rodgers in the pocket. If you don't get pressure, that's fine. If you don't have Charles Harris out there, that's fine. Um, but just keep him in the pocket. Don't let him, get outside the pocket and make something happen. Play your lanes, have gap discipline. Um, Keep them in the pocket. Make them make tight throws. Stop the run first and foremost. Don't let them get any life going in the run game. Stop the run. 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 Play tight coverage. You know, play tight coverage and challenge them to make those Aaron Rodgers make those tight window throws. If they make them, they beat you while you're executing the game plan. Uh, so be it. Shake their hand and keep it moving. That's it. You shake their hand and keep it moving. So, and for the Packers, I mean, obviously, you got to find ways to get them guys open. You got to scheme them open. If that's bunch them up, line them up in the backfield. If that's put them in motion, and free them up and give free releases, versus longer and stronger, cornerback bunch from the Lions. And this is one of the games where they should have the advantage and do pretty well. Then that's what you got to do. All right. But if it's hitting, exposing, trying to get one-on-ones with the linebackers, and Rodrigo and Alex Anzalone is attacking them on on the wheel routes, attacking them on the angle routes, attacking them on the Texas routes, the option routes. You know what I'm saying? Getting them in space in the screen game. That's what you got to do. But they got to get more creative in the offensive attack. They got to get more creative in offensive attack. Simple as that. And they ain't been creative enough. And Matt LaFleur getting all this praise, and he ain't no good coach. He's just a bus driver keeping the wheel steady. If he was a good coach, he knew what he had. He was lacking offensively, and they would have schemed up a heavy set where they running the ball under center, right? And when they do spread it out, they're running the ball and they getting Aaron Jones the ball creatively. They playing off him and AJ Dillon, Thunder and Lightning. They get Dillon involved in the passing game as well. You get people stacking the box, and then you get those receivers one-on-ones. You know, get them, being prepared to play tight or come underneath and stop the backs, and then you going over the top with Dobbs and Watson and company. But he's showing that, he ain't that good a coach. We've been through that. He get all this praise that's not warranted. He can't even make simple adjustments. Like coming in with heavy sets and coming in with full house sets and coming in and with a power run game. And I think 73.6% is too favorable towards the Packers. They're not a good football team right now. Lost a couple games in a row. If I'm not mistaken, lost to the football team. We popped their ass. They lost to the. They lost. So I want to get this right. So it's no way they should be favored. They should be really favored in this game, to be honest. So they last beat the Buccaneers or the Patriots just barely. So they lost to the Giants, the Jets, the Commanders, the Bills, 4-game losing streak. Look at the injury list. Devondre Campbell, questionable. Elton Jenkins, guard or linebacker, Campbell. Elton Jenkins, guard, questionable. Shamar Jean Charles, corner, questionable. Alan Lazar, who they was supposed to be their number one receiver, I never seen him being any good regardless. Questionable. And TP Galilea, linebacker, injured reserve. And then don't forget the Quay Walker from Georgia, their rookie linebacker, got suspended for pushing somebody on the Bills last Sunday. Charles Harris, Chase Lucas, Matt Nelson, F.A. Melifano, Brock Wright, linebacker, corner, offensive tackle, cornerback, tight end, all questionable. They got Green Bay favored 3.5. Usually the home team get 3. I don't agree with that. The money line, according to them, says Lions 158. Meaning if you bet 100, every 100 you bet, you win $158. 190. If you bet 190, you have to bet 190 or 100 on the Packers. The over and unders 49.5, which I don't really see that being that high scoring. You're looking with, they averaging 18.1 points a game. They allow 21.6. We allow them 32.1, 24.7 points a game. So I'm not going to hold you. I got the Lions winning this game 28. I'm going to say 27-24 in a late field goal. I got them covering the spread. I got them cracking the money line. 24-27. I got them upsetting the Green Bay Packers, and really I don't even, my first mind is telling me it's not even going to be close. All right, I just got a feeling that this is going to be the game that they break out, and if they don't, if they don't win this game, I just wouldn't know what to say. This game is on silver. This game is on a silver platter for them. This game is on a silver platter for them. Seriously, this game is on a silver platter for them. So I expect them to win this game. I expect them to win. I really, really want to say they're going to win big, but I'm locking in the upset. I really don't think it's an upset the way the Packers playing, but then again, you can say the way the Lions playing as well. But yeah, I got 24-27, but I'm kind of tempted. I want to go with the Lions even bigger, but I'm just, I don't want to make myself look foolish on Sundays and Packer fans going to talk shit. So I'm picking 24-27. I think it's a great matchup for them. So we'll see. And it's also on paper a good matchup for Aaron Rodgers to kind of get that offense on track and build some confidence as well too. Their defense is okay too. It's not real solid. So let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance of notifications. We go live, we drop video financially. Want to support the channel? Cash App, $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link description. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole 9. Appreciate the love, support. One time for one time. Mercy Sports Talk. Peace.